Hello everyone, welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. I'm Kim and I'm going to share with you some of the things I've been working on over the last couple of weeks. Over the last couple of weeks, we've had some personal things going on and it has not allowed me to be in the garden and doing the things that I like to do in the garden. So I've been doing quite a bit of things inside the home over the last couple of weeks, and I just want to share what some of those things are with you. The number one thing that I've been doing over the last few weeks is canning. I have been canning like crazy. And I'm still canning. So I went down into my storage area and I found some of the things are starting to come up. So like for example, these onions that came out my garden, and they're sweet onions. Sweet onions really don't have a really great storage life. So when I see this happening, I quickly get in there, I pull these out, and I manage these onions so that it doesn't affect the other onions. So for these onions, I've been pulling them out, I've been chopping them up. Once I chop them up, I put them in a container like so, and I use them in my canning projects or I put them in the freezer. So I am trying to preserve the harvest. I don't want to lose anything that I've harvested from the garden this year. And I'm in the process of canning right now. So I have about 4 quarts of tomatoes over here that I am boiling down, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make ketchup, stewed tomatoes, hot tomatoes. I haven't decided yet, but I'm boiling them down to get that excess water off of them while I decide which way we're going to go with these tomatoes. Let me share with you some of the other things that I've been canning over the last couple of weeks. So let me show you here. I still have quite a few tomatoes in here that are frozen. They've been washed, they're ready to go, and I need to go ahead and can those tomatoes. I've also have peppers that I've been picking and freezing, and when I need peppers, all I need to do is grab this pouch right here, and once I grab that pouch, just throw that into whatever it is I'm trying to do. But here's some sweet peppers. I also have whole peppers here that I need to manage as well. But I've been trying to just store it until I'm capable and ready to preserve them. Just yesterday alone, I did some canning, and I decided to go ahead and get another bushel of apples. And when I got that second bushel of apples, I saved some for fresh eating this time, which I didn't do last time. And I went ahead and canned some more apple butter since it seems to keep disappearing off the shelf. So there's some more apple butter. I stewed some apples. So this is perfect to just heat it up and throw some ice cream on top. So I have some stewed apples. I made some more applesauce, and this time the apples were Honeycrisp. And I'm not used to Honeycrisp apples being that sweet, but I have a few more jars of applesauce, and look at that color. Isn't it beautiful? And then I went ahead and made some apple pie filling as well. And if you're making apple pie and you're making apple pie filling, 1 quart will make 1 9-inch pie. So I have 3 of those, and then I had some extra, so I just put that in a smaller jar. Now that's just from yesterday. Outside of what I canned yesterday, I have been canning like crazy over the last couple of weeks. And let me just show you everything that I've canned so far this season. And also, let me show you how much I have left from last season so you can see I am definitely creating a year's supply, if not more, as I'm going from year to year. So let me show you everything that I've canned so far this year that's left anyway, because we've enjoyed some of the things we've canned already. So let me just show you. Now, I don't have a lot of great space to store my canning jars, but in this space right here, this is all I have left from last year. I have green beans left right here. I have a few jars of stewed tomatoes, 1 jar of sloppy joes, I believe, and a few pickles, and a couple cans of peas. So these are purple whole peas. So I have a couple, I'm saying cans, but jars of purple whole peas. And I also have a couple jars of collard greens. Right here, this is all I have left from last year. So let's go ahead and move over to some of this year's canning projects. So in the top, I gotta be careful. In the top here, I have some green salsa that I use my tomatillos to make. I have peaches. I also have peach syrup. And so I take this peach syrup and we put it on pancakes. We put it on waffles. I also add it to my homemade yogurt, and I turn my yogurt into peach yogurt. And so think about it. If you have plain yogurt and then you have this peach syrup with these little peach pieces in it, delicious, delicious. So these are from this year's harvest. Let's move over to the main stash. Now we're over in the main stash area. It's kind of an overflow though for my one-off types of jars, but I have bread and butter pickles here. I have summer squash and onion, and behind there I have some carrots. That's part of this year's harvest. I have some more over here on this side here. Some salsa, more summer squash. And then right here, this is all my homemade vanilla. So look at all that vanilla. You know, how much would that vanilla cost me in the store? That's a lot of vanilla. And it's just sitting here and it's just steeping away, because I still have vanilla left over from last year that I'm using. And once all of that's gone, and I have quite a bit of that left, then I'll move over to the vanilla that I have here. And that's all from this year. Down here, I have a few jars left of beef broth. And I think I did that over in the early spring or winter months of this year. So I have 6 jars of beef broth left. Now, in addition to these, you know, I've been eating from the harvest all season long as well, and I was still able to put all of this up. So this is this year's green beans, and I can't even tell you how many in there, but there are a ton of green beans in here. And between what I have left plus what I've canned, it's easily a 2-year supply for us, or at least a 1.5 years, since I still have green beans left from last year. Down on this next shelf, and I know the lighting's not great, but in here on this shelf, I have all tomatoes of different kinds, right? So right here, I have what we call hot tomatoes. And so it's a tomato where you put a little sugar and a little jalapeno peppers in there, or cayenne peppers, and you put this on top of some southern peas. It's so good. I have diced tomatoes in here. I have tomato sauce in here, and it's thick, it's rich, and it's not watery at all. Over on this side, I have, what is this? This year's sloppy joes. So I made sloppy joes this year. My pizza sauce didn't fit, so here's pizza sauce from this year. And this year's pizza sauce, I don't know, it seems just a little too watery for me, but I made, I don't know, 6 jars or so of pizza sauce. And that's all of the tomato products I have right now, the diced. I think there's some stewed tomatoes in here somewhere, the tomato spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, and sloppy joes. And that's definitely more than we can eat in a year because we don't do a lot of those because pasta is not something we eat a lot of. Pizza is though, so with the pizza sauce, we'll be enjoying that for sure. But I still got tomatoes I need to manage. So we will be adding to this supply as well. And then down here, I have dill chipped pickles, and they kind of run all the way back down the side here. I have spears as well as different types of greens that I've canned. So between collards and kale and mustard greens, I have several jars of that back here as well. But that's not everything. I have one more place outside of my freezers where I've been storing all of the different things that I've been canning this year. So let me show you that next. In this space here, I have all of my jams and jellies and butters on this shelf here. So there's raspberry, there's strawberries in this space here. There's apple butter in this space here. And so here's one of the apple butters that I did just a few weeks ago. But there's apple butters, all kinds of jellies and jams, and just below it is all of that applesauce that I've been talking about. So all of this applesauce was canned from the first bushel of apples that I purchased. So I tried to keep the things that we use quite often in this space. And I'll tell you what, if it's my OCD or what, I like to keep things organized and separated. But there's all of the fruit, the butters, and the jams outside of the peaches because the peaches wouldn't fit. So even though I haven't been out in the garden, I have continued to manage and take care of this year's harvest. The one thing that I want to make sure that I can do is be able to give my family good quality food, organic, all natural, where possible, versus having to go into the grocery store and paying extra money for the overpriced, non-organic food that's been preserved. Why not? I have the garden. I have a year's supply of pretty much all of the vegetables that my family loves to enjoy all year long. And because of that, we are saving a ton of money and we're eating healthier. I will continue to show you the full realm of everything that I've preserved in future videos, the dehydrating, the stuff that I have in my other freezer, because I have different types of greens frozen in the freezer as well. I have preserved all of the herbs versus buying those at the grocery store. But I just wanted to let you know what's been going on for the last couple of weeks since I haven't been in the garden. And with everything going on in life, it was kind of hard to get out in the garden, but I was still in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will get back in the garden really soon and share with you some of the things that I've been doing there. And so until next time, and I hope there will be a next time, I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye.